Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello and welcome. My name is Becca. I'm a registered dietitian, and today's video is going to be all about how to stay healthy while on vacation. So if you guys follow me, you will know that I just got back from Maui. We were there for 2 weeks. We were there for a long time, which was absolutely amazing, but 2 weeks is also a very long time for you to be able to get off track. And I went into this vacation knowing that I really wanted to put my tips into place and really live by them so that I could, give you guys kind of my experience and what I think helps when it comes to staying healthy on vacation. And I gotta say, this is probably the best I've ever felt on a vacation because I was listening to my body, I was following my own tips, and I also have a couple supplements that I brought along with me that helped me really feel better and feel healthy throughout the whole vacation. So I will be sharing with you guys my tips that I personally use and that worked really well for me on my latest vacation, as well as the supplements that I brought along with me, just to give me a little extra support and help me feel good throughout the whole trip. Okay, so my very first tip has to do with eating, and that is don't eat something just because you're on vacation. Now, I know I just said that, but I want you guys to take this with a big grain of salt because vacation is all about enjoying yourself and getting away from the stressful day-to-day of reality and just being able to just relax and have fun and enjoy yourself. And for me, and I know not everyone's like this, but for me, a huge part of enjoying my vacation is eating. I love food. I love going to different restaurants. There's even certain restaurants I went back to over and over to get the same dish because I just loved it, like the fish tacos at Leilani's. It is so important just to enjoy yourself, and if you are a foodie like me, enjoying yourself means eating lots and lots of delicious food. So what I mean when I say don't just eat something because you're on vacation is you don't want to, force yourself to eat something because you're like, well, I never get this dessert at home, so I have to eat it now. That's not the best mentality. What you really want to do is focus on what's going to make you feel good in that moment. So for example, if you are out to dinner and it's like, well, I'm here on vacation, I have to get dessert every night because I'm on vacation and I don't eat that way at home. That's fine, but if you get to the end of the meal and you really just don't really want dessert, you're full, you've had a few drinks, and you're just like not really into a sweet dessert at that point in time, don't get it. Don't force yourself to eat something just because you feel like you have to indulge because you're on vacation. If you want to indulge and have that dessert, go for it. But if you're not really in the mood for it in that moment, just don't get it. It's fine. And the same thing kind of goes along with like drinking. So, you have to have a cocktail every day with every meal because you're on vacation and you don't do this at home. But if you really aren't in the mood for a drink at that point in time, you'd rather just have some water to hydrate or soda, whatever, just don't have the drink. So it's basically just, enjoying the food and having what you want and indulging if you want to. But if you're not really in the mood right at that moment, it's fine. You don't have to. Just skip out on it. You'll feel better later, and you can always have another dessert or another drink or whatever it is at another time throughout your trip. My second tip definitely goes along with the first and is also about eating, and that is to not overeat. Now this can be super, super hard on vacation because a lot of times when you're on vacation, you're surrounded by buffets depending on where you're staying, and of course that's like one of the easiest ways to overeat because you're surrounded by all you can eat food. And another thing is you're eating out so much more. I mean, most of the time when you're on vacation, most or maybe even all of your meals are going to be eating out in a restaurant or a buffet type setting. So what comes along with that is usually larger portion sizes, so you're gonna have more food in front of you, so you're gonna just feel the need to eat more. But also when you go out to eat, the food is usually so good. It's usually richer and just more delicious than meals that you would probably cook at home. So it's just really good and you just want to eat a lot of it. So what I think is most important while you're going throughout your trip is to allow yourself to have these meals and indulge and enjoy them and savor them because it's vacation and it's not reality. It doesn't happen all the time. So you do want to be able to enjoy it, but you also don't want to feel overly stuffed and uncomfortable and like you're gaining a ton of weight when you're on your trip either. So you gotta kind of find that middle ground. So what I think the best thing to do is just not overeat, which can be hard. It comes with practice, but it's all about listening to your body. And in a nutshell, there's so much that goes into listening to your body and eating intuitively. But in a nutshell, eating when you're hungry and stopping when you're full is the two major guidelines. So if you are out to eat and you're having this amazing meal and it's so good, savor every bite, but once you're getting, to like, a 6, 7, maybe even 8 on like a 1 to 10 hunger scale, you want to pump the brakes, you want to stop eating because you don't want to overdo it. You want to be able to enjoy your whole vacation and have all this delicious, wonderful food, but without feeling like a glutton, without being overstuffed and just not feeling your best and coming home feeling like you've gained all this weight. So it's all about finding that balance and just trying your best to enjoy everything, but don't overeat. My third tip is drink lots and lots of water. This is so important in your everyday life, but especially when you're on vacation, because a lot of times we're just not necessarily paying attention to our water intake. I'm the kind of person that drinks a ton of water all day long. This goes with me everywhere, and I'm always drinking water. But when I'm on vacation, I find it a lot harder because first, when you're traveling and you're on a plane and in airports, it can be really hard to get your water intake that you need because you don't want to have to pee a million times on the plane and it's annoying, or there may not be places to fill up a water bottle, in the airport, or the water bottles are like $4 each. Like, who wants to spend $20 on water? No one. So it's really important just to try your best to get your water intake up. You can, when you're on the plane, you can ask the flight attendants to actually fill up a water bottle. They will do that for you. They did it for me on my flights to and from Hawaii. Also, when you are actually at your destination, you may be drinking more, like having cocktails, so that's gonna likely replace water that you could be drinking. But you just wanna make sure that you're making a really conscious effort to get water in, because staying hydrated you're gonna feel good, obviously. It's gonna help your digestion continue to go smoothly. We don't want any problems there when we're on vacation. And also, I have mentioned this in another video before, but when we are dehydrated, the signals that come across from our brain saying, hey, we're dehydrated, a little low on water, we need to get some water intake going. A lot of times those signals get a little muddled when they're coming through, and they actually come across as cravings. So when your body is saying, hey, we need some water, it may come across as, I could really go for some guac and chips. And you'll end up having that snack, so you're overeating, eating when you don't necessarily need the food, and also you're still not getting that water. So you want to make sure that you're being super, super conscious about getting lots and lots of water in. While you're on vacation, get a glass at every meal, try and have a water bottle with you, and find a place where you can fill it up. Just any way that you can get that water intake up is going to be so helpful. My fourth tip also has to do with drinking, but not water. It has to do with drinking alcohol. So this kind of goes along with don't overeat, and this tip would be just try not to overdrink or drink too much. Now, everyone has their own opinions on how to let loose on vacation. Some people don't drink at all. They could care less about this tip, but other people like to have a good time on vacation. And if you've seen my Maui vlog, I definitely had some cocktails while I was away. I do love, they had so many good cocktails in Hawaii, I couldn't believe it. But what I want to say here is definitely, just like eating, enjoy yourself, take advantage, just, indulge in all these delicious cocktails that you can't necessarily get at home. And also, you're not working, so you don't have to worry about getting up and going to work. You can enjoy yourself and have a few. But try, if you can, if you want to, remain healthy on vacation and feeling really good, try and avoid getting hungover, because when we're hungover, obviously we feel like crap, and when we feel like crap, we want to eat crap, and also we don't want to get up and exercise and move or anything like that. Another thing, when you are hungover, you just want to eat. It is so hard not to overeat when you are hungover, because one of the only things, at least for me, that makes me feel better is just constantly eating, which is obviously not good. We want to avoid overeating while we're on our trip. So if you are being careful with how much you are drinking, it's going to help you not overeat and feel like crap the next day, which just can kind of snowball, especially when, one of the only things that makes you feel better when you're hungover is having another drink. And when you're on vacation and you have no responsibilities, one drink can turn into God knows how many, because you got nothing else to do. Why not just enjoy yourself? And then it kind of turns into the next day we're hungover, and then you see how the snowball can form. And then lastly, when we are hungover or just drinking in general, it acts as a diuretic. It actually dehydrates us. We're going to lose a lot more water through our urine than our body necessarily would let happen if you didn't have alcohol in your system. So again, it's just kind of that snowball effect. Not only do you want to eat a lot and you don't feel very good, you're also going to be dehydrated, which can just compound those effects and make those cravings even worse and just work against you. And now my last tip before I move on to the supplements that I like to bring with me is you have got to get moving. Get some kind of exercise or some kind of activity. Like I said, I was just in Maui and I'm actually training for a marathon right now, which going into it, I was really dreading having to do all these runs while I was away. but at the same time, it ended up being such a lifesaver because it forced me to get up in the morning, get moving, get my run out of the day so I can enjoy the whole rest of the day. And it really was honestly a godsend, and it was the most active I've ever been on a trip, and it seriously made the biggest difference. And I mean, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. I mean, I was running while I was there. I did go to the gym a couple days, so whether you just get out for a run or hit up the hotel gym, or even just getting out and walking, just going for a walk on the beach or through the city, wherever you are, just moving is going to help so much. Obviously, exercise burns calories, which can help to offset, you know, all of those indulgent meals that you are having but not overeating. But also, exercise really helps to kind of bring our stress levels down and balance out our hormones. So again, that's gonna help us not want to overeat. It's gonna give us, basically just equip us with everything we need in order to feel, you know, satisfied at meals and not feel like, you know, we're binging or anything like that, like we're having a harder time controlling our appetite, because it really does help bring everything, you know, level everything out and get your appetite under control. So you're burning calories, you're keeping your appetite in check, and also when you're working out, you're sweating. So if you are drinking, you're gonna help to expel some of those toxins out of your body, which also in turn will make you feel good, especially if you're hungover. And now I want to share with you guys the 2 supplements that I brought along with me on my trip, just like I said, to give me a little bit of extra support and just help me feel my best while on vacation and kind of just off my normal routine. So the very first one I wanted to share with you is this greens powder. This is from Amazing Grass. I just picked this up at Wegmans before I went on my trip because I just wanted something that was going to be really concentrated with micronutrients. So this powder is obviously like a greens powder made from, let's see, like wheatgrass, barley grass, alfalfa, spirulina, chlorella, spinach, broccoli, beet, carrot, lots and lots of stuff going on in here. But basically it is just chock full of micronutrients, and it also has some superfoods in here like maca, and it also does have a probiotic and prebiotic in it. So basically the whole reason for bringing this with me is because when I am on vacation, I am not eating nearly as many fruits and veggies as I am when I'm at home. When you're on vacation and you're eating out, fruits and veggies just may not be quite as available, or at least not in the amounts that I typically like to consume them. So this just kind of helps me make sure I'm getting those micronutrients that I'm not getting from fruits and vegetables. Typically, I always like to eat the real food and not rely on this kind of stuff. But on vacation, I do think it is really valuable and helpful. And also, whenever I do take this, I just feel better because I know I am getting lots and lots of nutrients that is lacking in my diet when I'm on vacation because I'm not eating lots of fruits and vegetables. So like I said, this does have a probiotic in it. It would probably be even more beneficial to also bring a probiotic with you to take while you're on vacation, even if you don't take one already. I just didn't have one, which is why I didn't bring one, but this did have that in there. That will just help give your gut a little extra support, because digestion can really be thrown off when we go on vacation, because just traveling itself, not drinking enough water, time zones changing, you know, you're eating at different times, your sleeps may be affected, and then also your diet could be completely different, like night and day, than what you typically eat at home when you go away. So it's a lot for your gut to handle, and it can actually be really difficult to keep your digestion moving smoothly. So a probiotic can definitely help with that. But basically with this, I would just take a scoop of this, I put it in water every day and mix it up and just gulp it down. I'm not gonna lie, it tastes gross. Like, this does not taste good. I didn't look forward to it, but it did help me feel a lot better. Obviously, if you mix this like in a smoothie, you wouldn't even really taste it, but this, you know, the reason I brought this is because I didn't have access to make something like a smoothie where I could get a lot of nutrients in at once. So I would just mix it with water, and it was nasty, and I didn't look forward to it, but it really did help, and I'm really glad that I brought this with me. And then the next supplement I'm going to talk about is Natural Calm. I feel like this gets a lot of attention in social media recently, but basically it is a like magnesium supplement, and it's for it's like an anti-stress drink. It's supposed to calm you down. And to be completely honest with you, I don't really notice a calming effect. I also take it at night before I go to sleep, so maybe if I didn't take it at night and I took it during the day, I would notice something. Don't really notice a calming effect. But what I do notice, sorry if this is TMI, but it really helps my digestion. When I go away and I travel, my gut definitely suffers for all of those reasons that I just mentioned, and I get constipated, and that is not fun because it just does not feel good. You're not happy. It's just not a good place to be. So by taking a little bit of this every night, it really helps me in that department, and I basically have no issues. It keeps everything smooth sailing, which keeps me really happy and enjoying my vacation 100 times more. Also, there are some contraindications to taking this because it is a vitamin supplement, so you want to make sure that you're reading, you know, the whole label and everything to make sure that you are safe to be taking this. But yeah, I am so glad I brought this. I obviously didn't pack this whole thing. I put it in a little container, but yeah, it was a total game changer. So those are all of my tips and also the supplements I use. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you are watching this because you are about to go on vacation, I would love to hear down in the comments below where you are headed. I think traveling is so fun, and I'm just so curious to see, you know, where you guys are going. So definitely let me know down in the comments below. And also, if you're going on vacation, have a blast. I hope it's amazing. I hope you have so much fun and make lots and lots of memories, because that is what traveling is all about. And of course, when you are on vacation, I hope you take all these tips into consideration, but I also hope that you remember to go easy on yourself. Just enjoy yourself. Traveling and going on vacation is such a small percentage of our life, so you want to make sure that you fully embrace it and enjoy it. If you end up eating a little bit too much or drinking a little bit too much, it's okay. Vacations don't last forever. You will get home and you will get back to your routine and back to your normal self. So it's all good at the end of the day. I do also have a video on how to get back on track, like perfect for after a vacation, so you should definitely check that out when you get home. I hope you find that one helpful. But that is all I have for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and Snapchat. I love hanging out with you guys on there every day. And of course, make sure to subscribe so you never miss any of my upcoming videos, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.